I am beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Game number 176, Premier Manager 64. Released exclusively in Europe in 1999, this game was developed and published by Gremlin Interactive. This game was called Premier Manager 99 on other platforms, as it was part of a series. Thankfully, we've only got one of these to play on the N64. This is like a nightmare case for my personal taste in video games. It's sports, which is already a red flag, but then it's soccer, which is my least favorite of the major sports. And it's focused on Premier League teams, which I know nothing about. Then if that's not enough, it's a management sim game. Of all the games in the N64 library, this is one of the ones I would choose to play last. Alright, let's get into it. As this is a PAL region game, any weird graphical issues are due to forcing my North American console to run the game via EverDrive. Right away in the main menu, I thought it was funny there was a setting to toggle aging on and off. The menu is kind of wild. It looks like some 90s website made in GeoCities. There's a pointer on screen and yeah, this game is definitely meant to be played on PC. The two main modes seem to be Manager and Career. I went with Manager because it feels like playing a single season in a regular sports game. I had to choose which team to play as, and I'm not gonna lie, I was so lost here. The only team I really know of is Chelsea because this guy Azar in my stream is obsessed with them. The teams available to play as are Middlesbrough, Leeds United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Coventry City, Leicester City, Newcastle United, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, Derby County, Blackburn Rovers, Charlton Athletic, Everton, Manchester United, Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton, Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham United, and Wimbledon. I chose Arsenal with a 4-star team rating and a 38.5 thousand stadium capacity. So this is the main menu of the game where you do all the management activities. I had no idea what most of this stuff was for now. There was a menu to find sponsorships for the team. I wonder if these are real brands. Is the evil clothing company supposed to be like the one giving the most money but it's unethical or something? I could also make the training facilities better or increase the seating capacity. Basically, you see your earnings and cash at hand here. You can change the ticket price and give players a bonus per win as well. This page showed my team's roster and I could set the formation we'd use. The training menu was confusing. You could edit how much they would focus on fitness or technique, as well as how much they rest. I just didn't understand the sliders very well. Then there was a menu showing everyone with an active contract and the details of it. Clicking the big ball in the center takes you to the next game. There was a thing that came up for preseason friendlies. I could choose a bunch of teams throughout Europe to play against. I chose Helsinki because, I don't know, why not? And then here's the main gameplay. I guess you can call it that. You sit here and watch a sped up game clock go and it shows you stats that are happening during the match. I was just so into the game at this point. Team! Play better? Yes, dude, our parlor with the goal. Like, I couldn't believe how cool this was. At some point in the second half, apparently our parlor on my team scored a goal and we ended the game 1-0 over Helsinki. I suppose the main selling point for this game was the ability to view highlights of your match. No, you don't get to play. You just watch specific moments from the game. Barry Davies provides commentary during these and I'm just gonna say it. These graphics are terrible. I will acknowledge this game isn't supposed to run on my console, but looking at footage of this game, this is what it looks like on other people's N64s. Like, this might be interesting to see a couple times, but it would get old quick. Luckily, it's optional. I decided to make my first major managerial decision after that win by offering the players 50 quid each if they could win. Additionally, I upgraded our facilities from adequate to average. It took £250,000 and would take 3 months. I absolutely had no clue what I was doing. I was not qualified for this job whatsoever. We had another preseason friendly match against Lens. They got a goal against us literally within the first minute. They already scored! What happened? Where is the defense? What the heck, man? I learned here you can make substitutions or change the team formation in the middle of a game. We managed to tie it up in the second half, and that's how it ended, tied 1-1. Because we only tied that game, I decided to up the motivation by giving out 100 quid per win. I'm such a generous manager. Oh snap, my next game was against Manchester United. They had David Beckham on their team. What the heck? I thought he was just like a model. Also, some guy named N. Butt. We got a goal within the first few minutes, and then we got a second goal shortly into the second half. But then around the 70-minute mark, they somehow got back-to-back goals? Where did these goals come from? Are you kidding me? Then we got a third goal, and thankfully, that's how it ended. The manager is definitely the MVP of this game, though. Looking at the highlights, this was a terrible goal for us to let through. Worst defense I've ever seen. Apparently that match was a big deal because it said I won the Charity Shield. I take full responsibility. I decided to save my progress after that big win. It lets you choose either to save to the cart or the memory pack. Every now and then you get some notes from the owners. They said success in Europe should be our objective this season. I personally think we should try to get success everywhere, but yeah, sure. My next match was against Liverpool. I've already talked a bit about the graphics, you know, how it looks like a modern UI on a printer. When you're not in the highlights mode, the game plays music that sounds like it'd be blasting in a club. Granted, it's a decent song, but it's the only song, and it plays on loop literally the entire time unless you view the highlights. Needless to say, it got old quick. We wound up beating Liverpool 4-3. I wanted to keep the win streak going, so I upped the bonus to 300 quid per match win. Along with that, I put in an order for the max new seating capacity of 5,000 people. It cost £4 million and would take 12 months to complete. Our next game was against Everton, where we lost 2-0. I decided to pull a pro gamer move known as turn the game off and reload my save. Unbeknownst to me, this was a terrible idea. That was incredibly loud. When I went to load my game, I discovered saving to the cartridge didn't work. It's probably the EverDrive, or maybe it's my NTSC console. Either way, I lost everything. So this time I saved to the memory card instead. Thankfully this did work, so we were back in business. This time in my game against Helsinki, Nwanko Kanu got injured, so I had to substitute him out mid-game. This is the intense action you get with Premier Manager. And this time against Manchester United, the game was tied and went to penalty kicks. Apparently we lost these, so that sucks. It was in my match against Everton where I learned something huge. You can skip the minute of waiting while watching the game. Now instead of simulating the game slowly, we can simulate it fastly. I went on a decent win streak, but then I lost 2 matches in a row. I got reprimanded saying the chairman and board are not happy with my recent results. Okay, yeah, but what about all those wins? I decided to earn my respect back by looking into free agency. I needed to sign a star, you know, like C. Ferrara. You can change the total offer, their wage, the years of the contract, and even offer a house and car as a bonus. He was playing hard to get though, and he declined. Come on man, you don't want a house and car? Apparently I didn't get the hint because now the chairman wants me to reduce the amount of players. So yeah, you get notes like these telling you things you can improve upon. I mean, you've basically seen the whole game at this point. I checked the standings and we were in second place, 2 points behind Manchester United. If I had the most points at the end of the season, then I guess I win. So yeah, this is the part where I just reset and pretended the match never happened if things didn't go the way I wanted. Hey, love it or hate it, it works. I blame one reason this game being so frustrating on not having access to the manual. There wasn't a scan of it online anywhere, although now I think someone has put one on archive.org. The way training worked just did not make sense without it. After offering over double his asking price, I finally got Ciro Ferrara to join us. Hope that was worth it. Oh yeah, one thing you have to do in this game is adjust players' contracts. If it runs out and you don't do anything, they just go to free agency. So naturally, if someone was about to run out, I'd just offer them a ton of money and make them stay. It's near the end of the season now, and out of nowhere, I got fired for having too small of a squad. You know, cause they told me before the squad was too big. What the heck, man? We're literally in first place? I can't even make this up. I loaded my save back and went for a free agent to make the squad bigger, you know, so they wouldn't fire me. And then they told me they were mad cause the squad size was too big. Like, how do you please these guys? Someone fired them. Guess that wasn't enough because they said my team isn't good enough now, so I'm fired. Oh my god, get me out of this video game, please. Sometimes they just send you vague messages like the balance and size of the squad is bad. What does that mean? Just let me take you to the title, please. Anyway, finally after 2.5 hours that felt like 2.5 years, I won the Premier League with Arsenal. Take that, chairman and board, shove this trophy somewhere. What was my present for winning the entire thing, you ask? Well, see for yourselves. I won the Premier League! This game sucks. I'm saying we beat it. We beat this game. This is stupid. Yeah, so I'm not sure what satisfies beating this game, but for me, winning the Premier League is it. Screw the chairman and board, they suck. The credits play if you just sit at the intro screen without pressing anything for long enough. But yeah, that's about all there is for this one. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Premier Manager 64. Look, I'm sure I'm gonna have some haters in the comments, but I just don't like this game. I absolutely can't stand it. Not like this game specifically. I don't think I'd enjoy any game from this genre. Playing as a single player working your way up? Great. Playing as the manager of a team? Blah. I just can't imagine playing another game like this ever again. Thankfully, there's only one on this console. I know these are still popular to this day, but it's just not for me. I wouldn't have enjoyed it if it was part of a sport I actually liked either. The highlight system was probably kind of neat for the time period, but it's so awful today. If for some reason you want to play this game, play the PC release of Premier Manager 99 instead. Reminder, these are personal scores for me and not how the game should be looked at in an unbiased way. I gave Premier Manager 64 a 0 out of 10 for enjoyability and a 4 out of 10 for difficulty. Alright, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. We had a randomized marble race to determine which game was next, so here's how that played out. Or skip to the timestamp on screen to skip straight to the game selection. We got 2:15 games left on the list. Everybody's here, like South Park Racer, Vigilante 8-Second Offense, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Dude, they're right beside each other. What the heck? Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Let's see what happens. Off they go. NBA Live 2000 with the early lead. Shadowgate 64, Dual Heroes as well. Oh my god, some are already falling off. Conker's Bad Fur Day is gone, folks. Conker's Bad Fur Day will not be played today. Golden Nugget 64, Mario Tennis Quake 2 J-League, which is Japanese soccer. Coming through this swirly tunnel now. Winback is down. V-Rally now in the lead. Off-Road Challenge, Bust-A-Move, Mario Tennis, Psycho Shogi. Dear God. So many games falling. Extreme G2. How are they all falling off? I don't know, but it's happening. And Psycho Abu Shogi is in the lead currently. Nintama Ron Tower 64 Game Gallery coming through as well. Kira Toketsu, whatever, all these Japanese titles, and now it's Polaris Snowcross. What is that, like a snowmobile game? And it's coming through with a big lead. Polaris Snowcross with the clear... No! California Speed out of nowhere! Where did that come from? California Speed just snuck in there, and Super Smash Bros. As well. What is happening with this track? Where does it even end? Polaris Snowcross. Where is the end of... I think the end is down here, folks. I have no idea what's happening. Super Smash Bros. Star Wars Battle for Naboo Bust-A-Move 99 next Banjo game. Here is the goal, folks. California Speed and Super Smash Bros. Neck and neck coming into the end. And it's California Speed. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. California Speed has won. Somehow I didn't even know this was on the list. How have I not known all the games by this point? Alrighty. California Speed. It has been decided. But yeah, if you're still here watching, you're awesome. Thank you so much. If you had a good time, consider hitting that like button, or maybe even dropping a subscription. Or hey, maybe even watch another one of these videos that's on screen now. And yeah, see you next time.